Okay. Episode 163. I guess it's an episode. It does count as an episode. I didn't know because I think if the second decision wasn't made before we went live, it would have been more like a wait and see type thing. But
sit around and see what happens, huh?
Yeah, but I guess we don't have to do that. Yeah, so today is May 31st, 2023. And if you think about it, it's kind of a deadline day for the NBA draft and the withdrawal of players from the NBA draft. And there were questions going into today for Illinois about Terence Shannon and Coleman Hawkins. The last time we did an episode, which I think was the middle of this month, right? Did we do one this month? Yeah.
Yeah, and you said that we'd do one before May ended, and look at us.
Yeah, well, here we are.
Cutting it close.
So we did 4 in April, and this is number 2 in May. So it'll be 0 in June. Okay. Because Illinois is not going to have anybody getting drafted unless you want to do a Pajimski podcast. I mean, that's where we're at on that. But you got to think about this, okay?
Zach, you are definitely correct. I did overcook the steaks. I was not happy with the cook on the steaks. The Weber will be brought out from now on. So
big news. Okay. Terence Shannon Jr. and Coleman Hawkins are back. I said on the last podcast, I don't know what my exact numbers were in the last podcast, but I think I said.
You think you'd go back and look at that for the episode,
you'd think that I would, but who has time, right?
Yeah.
I think I'm pretty sure I was pretty high on Shannon, but I was pretty low on Coleman.
So I had it written down here somewhere. On like episode 160, I think you said 95% that both of them came back. So
we're going to count that. I think
we'll count it. Monty, thanks for stopping by. Good night. I know it's late for a lot of people, but we wanted to wait until everything dropped.
It's been a big day in the Big Ten as well. We'll get into some of that later, but I just saw that Audij is staying in the draft. So
is he?
Yeah.
He was the clown.
I know. Out of the 3, he was the clown, and the other 2 are coming back. But
interesting.
Speaking of the name Monty, did you see the contract that Monty Williams got with the Detroit Pistons?
I could care less.
Well, it's just because it's like the most ridiculous contract I've ever seen for a coach. Here's the figures, folks. Imagine if you were paying this to a college coach. 6 years, $78.5 million.
Wow.
Could get up to $100 million. $13 million a year for a coach. That is insane. Anyway, has nothing to do with anything here. But Coleman Hawkins, Terence Shannon are back. I want to get into a little bit of the roster rotation stuff towards the end of this episode at some point because there's a lot there. And obviously getting these 2 back is kind of the first piece to kind of figuring out what this roster is going to look like, because I think there's a lot of similar players on this roster in terms of there's multiple guys at the same position that are very similar to each other. I don't know if that's going to be a problem or not.
Yeah, I don't know. Right before we got on, you said Illinois is going to be 11 deep, which is
might be more.
I mean, we talked about that last year about Illinois being so deep, and I don't know. I don't know about 11 deep. Probably going to piss some guys off. Guys are going to enter the portal. Just it's a ever going merry-go-round here in college basketball. Tommy says, let's keep rolling. Nail down a point guard. Shidewinder says point guard ? Issue ? Yeah. Do we need a point guard? We got Coleman Hawkins. What are you guys talking about?
It's fair.
So yeah, I mean, it is crazy to me. Shared it on Facebook. Had a buddy say, kind of didn't want him back. Text some friends. I know one of the guys watches the show or listens to the show, and he said, I don't know if I'm happy about this. Are there Illinois fans out there besides 2 guys that didn't want Terence Shannon Jr. back? I mean, did they see the roster before these guys came back? I mean, you're talking about a bunch of transfers and some sophomores and freshmen.
That's a lot of players. That is a lot of players. And I don't even know if I've counted everybody. I don't think I counted Moretti or I had to have forgotten somebody, right? Rogers. Jeez.
And I notice on there we have one center still. So
yep. Well, Hawkins at the 5 is back.
That's true. We got Hawkins. Hawkins gonna play every. He's gonna play the point guard. He's gonna play the 5.
Anybody who didn't want Terence Shannon back is I mean, come on, that is insane.
Yeah. Crazy, yeah. TSJ makes the squad better. Yeah, there's a first team All Big Ten. Has a chance to maybe be an All-American this year if he can. Hopefully, he went to the combine, listened to what they wanted, and he's going to improve on that. Right, that's kind of what we're hoping here. He's got to get better with his right hand. There's some things that Terence Shannon Jr. can be better at, but the jump that it makes this team is I don't know how you pass it up. So
I forgot about Ashton Kutcher. That would make it 13, I think. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my God, 8 guards.
We have 8 guards and no point guard.
Exactly. If you're counting like Goody as a guard, I guess, which you can.
Yeah. Liberty Win says people forget how consistently good Coleman played in the second half of the year. Jaded. Yeah. I would be the first to admit that, I ride Coleman pretty hard. But having Coleman back is huge for this team. You got a bunch of grad transfers. This team went from the youngest team in the Big Ten, probably, right? Youngest team. I know we've talked about it. They had to be the youngest because they were like 360 or something. To probably close to the oldest now. So just that in itself is huge compared to last year. Of course, point guard, that's something that I'm sure we'll talk about here soon, but it's a good day, right? We went to play golf, had steaks, had some whiskey. Illinois gets both guys. I was for sure Coleman Hawkins wasn't coming back. I was kind of on the fence with Terence Shannon Jr. Of course, I know nothing, guys. I said that in my tweet. I know absolutely nothing. But I'm more excited about this Illinois team than I was 4 hours ago. I know that.
So Illinois on barttorvik.com, which is a basketball analytics, they went up 20 spots when Shannon returned. They haven't added Coleman back yet, but I mean, it undoubtedly makes this team better. And you're really going to see, I don't know how much you're going to see, but you're going to get a little bit of a different feel for maybe how, I don't know if it was an issue, but whatever happened with the team and Matthew Meyer last year. I think you're going to see a little bit of how good can they be if he's not here, if he's not doing what he was doing. But
that is also true. You were a big Matthew Meyer guy. I know there was a lot of people that, didn't like him. I was there at times. But yeah, to not have, hey, get the ball to Matthew Meyer, it's going to be get the ball a lot to Terence Shannon Jr., I feel. But I still feel more comfortable with him getting downhill than Matthew Meyer step back 3, Matthew Meyer, doing things that he did. So it's exciting. All-time worst prediction, by the way, says Zachary. Yep. Thank you. Scheidweiner says not having to rely on Coleman to be your sole 3-point threat for most of the game will be nice. He can play into his strengths more now.
So if you look at this,
I think Coleman's going to shoot more threes next year. I'm not going to lie to you. I think he's going to shoot more threes.
Yep.
He did well shooting in the combine. So
right now, if you look at this roster, Damask Sr., Harmon Sr., Goody Jr., Shannon Sr., DGL Freshman, Sincere Sophomore, Rogers Sophomore, Moretti Freshman, Guerrier Senior, Hawkins Senior, Hansberry Freshman, and Danger's a junior, but he's really a sophomore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that they're completely done with this roster right now. I think there still might be one more addition. It's not going to be Yuri Collins, which I thought could be a fallback for them.
Staying in the draft.
That would have been the best fit of anybody, I think, just because.
Yeah.
I know that like RayJ Dennis can shoot, but Yuri Collins is the best passer in the country. Averaged like 11 assists, so that would have been great. But he's staying in the draft, and the St. Louis program is a disaster.
Yeah. Vaughn says if Coleman shoots more threes, I might not make it to 30. Well, you never know. I'm just saying that I think that he's going to shoot more threes. I really do. I think he's got something to prove. So
what's the number?
And you know what Brad says? Best shooter he's ever seen. So
fair.
How many did he shoot this year?
132.
He'll be over 150 this year.
To give you a reference point, Matthew Meyer took 203 and made 30 more than Coleman.
Yeah. It's not bad.
Yeah. I mean, Shannon, have to think Shannon's a little bit better than 32% this year. And you have to think that Damask and Goody and Harmon can be better catching shooters than Epps was or whatever else you want to throw in there. But
Jay says it's a relief. Kind of figured Hawkins would come back, was on the fence with Shannon. That is the complete opposite of what everybody was saying.
Yeah. It does kind of, I do enjoy watching Illini players getting drafted, but if they're going to come back, then yeah, sure.
That's what you're not going to be mad if they stay in and get drafted, right?
Yeah. Both of these guys would have been drafted, I think.
But as a Illini basketball fan, I think that most fans probably wanted them to come back more than stay in the draft. Like, people don't care if they go 50th in the draft, right? Probably not.
Well, yeah, the Shannon thing always felt like he was probably going to come back just because.
Yeah. So with Terence, Shannon, and Coleman back, I know that, point guard is kind of a thing. RayJ Dennis is kind of up in the air. People are saying Baylor now. People are saying Utah, or were saying Utah a week ago.
Utah thing is dope.
It's literally like he went into the portal. Everybody was saying Illinois, and then he went to Baylor and Utah, and then everybody was saying Utah. Then everybody now is saying Baylor. Do you care if Illinois? This is going to sound crazy. Do you care as much now if Illinois gets a point guard now that Terence, Shannon, and Coleman are back? Because I wouldn't mind seeing Ty Rodgers run the point with these two.
I think you could talk me into that. I still would want RayJ Dennis, and I know that right now his crystal ball is 50%, which is half undecided, half Baylor.
Well, I think the guy that went undecided is the one that put the first one in for Illinois.
Yeah, he's also a Michigan State guy, so he can go scratch.
And the other guy's a Baylor insider. So
I love how we went from RayJ Dennis trying to make this look like a real recruitment to Illinois is probably not even going to get him. It's kind of funny.
Somebody LOL'd me on Twitter because he was going to other places and said this was expected. Like, I guess I understand it. And supposedly they make $10,000 to $20,000 to go see these schools. I have a hard time believing that, but there's people that know more than I do. But if you were going to go to Illinois, you're going to Illinois. I don't think you go to Baylor and you go to Utah and you see what's out there. It just gives people more opportunity to swoon somebody over to their side. So Pookie says, love you guys. Thanks, Pook. Appreciate it. Sidewinder says Coleman telling people on Twitter he's transferring to Michigan. Yeah. Coleman was a huge troll today on Twitter, which is amazing. So props to him.
I feel like I would have been a hater though if he actually waited until an hour from now to decide. I might have been a bit of a hater.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
He also tweeted 7 minutes ago, damn, I ain't even get a chance to post my video.
That's what I was saying. Like, how did Rothstein drop that before Coleman did anything?
Rothstein had a lot of scoops today.
It had to piss him off. Kind of pissed me off. So
Rothstein was cooking today. What do you mean? Like, I got the shirt on.
You do. I'm not even wearing Illinois gear.
Hater.
It's the off season.
I've worn 2 different Illini shirts today.
Sweet 16 this year, fellas. Book it, says Ewa. What do you think about that? Does Illinois get out of the second round this year?
I'm trying to think of a team that didn't have a point guard that made it to the Sweet 16 in the last few years. I don't
Didn't
know.
have a point guard. We got 17 guards. You just said that.
I do think we're going to see. Do you think we'll see a little bit of Justin Harmon at the 1? I feel like we might see a little bit of that.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, maybe we should.
What do you average? 6 turnovers a game?
Yeah, like 4 assists, but whatever. He's also playing for Utah Valley. He's going to have the ball a lot.
That's true. He did have the ball a lot.
Yeah, they do have point guards. It's just like DGL is a point guard, right? I mean, he's just a freshman.
Yeah,
he's a point guard. He's just a freshman.
Ask Brad Underwood. Illinois doesn't need a point guard.
Totally. I think he's going to try that again.
He's been saying that for years. I did see the boardroom said that Coleman Hawkins will be the first 4-year player that Brad Underwood has gotten. So
I think that's the big common denominator between these two here is that they both love Brad.
Yes, I agree with that 1,000,000,000%. These guys love how Brad coaches. They love his intensity, and they think that this kind of coach gets the most out of you. Now, we just need guys to surround them that agree with that. And I think that Illinois did that a little bit more this year. Matthew Meyer not getting a guy like Sky Clark. I think RayJ Dennis might be that type of guy, which it kind of worries me about him. I mean, I feel like there's sides playing, let's get the best money we can. Illinois has money. They obviously have money. They got Terence Shannon back. Did
they use all their money on these two, though?
Maybe they did.
Might have to ask the Guardians.
Yeah. Jay says if they get RayJ, they will have 12 players who will want to play. It'll be tough to make everyone happy with minutes. Can see it coming already. You're absolutely right. Ethan was just on. There's 11 right now, so yeah, that makes 12. So let's talk about who's going to transfer next year after the season's over.
RJ?
The thing is, though, they're going to lose a lot of guys, right? I mean, like Terence can't come back.
Damask.
Coleman can't come back. I guess he could. COVID year.
He came in 2020, right?
Correct. Yeah, it'd be close.
Damask
is gone. What's Gary?
He feels like a 5th-year guy, doesn't he?
I don't know. And Harmon's a 5th-year guy, right?
I think Harmon's a 4th-year guy because I think he was 2-year Well, he might be a 5th-year guy, yeah.
We really did our research before this.
Gary is a 5th-year guy. There's going to be a lot of guys gone. And who knows? I mean, okay, which of the younger Illini do you think is the most likely? Harmon is a 4th-year guy, I believe. Plus he played JUCO. But, like, who's a player in this roster that you could see really upping their NBA draft stock this year outside of these two coming back? That could like surprise, and maybe Ty Rodgers if he figures out how to shoot.
Yeah, I don't think that besides these two, there's a lot of NBA talent on this team, which is not a bad thing. I mean, college game is not the NBA game. So, Scheidwiner said Goody isn't going to play, and then he'll transfer, and I will be sad. Goody is going to start. Book it right now, May 31st. Goody starts.
No, he's not.
Zach says, who cares? Make it the most competitive roster as possible and let there be attrition. I agree. You can't worry about people's feelings, right?
Yeah.
I think Brad's got to be over worrying about guys' feelings and getting the guys the ball. I mean, Brad wants to win a national title. He doesn't want to lose in the second round year after year. I don't think he cares. So,
well, look at Arkansas.
Yeah. Devo Davis came back. They got 27 guards too.
They call everybody. They don't care.
Yeah.
So that's probably how you should operate at this point.
Yeah.
Look at Kentucky. Like Kentucky, they're losing everybody, and Reeves might not go back there.
Transferring probably is DGL just because he won't get enough time. But
yeah, probably. Maybe a Sky Clark situation, except without the playing time.
Yeah. and the 300,000 or whatever he got paid.
Right.
Tommy wants to know who your starting five is.
I'm trying to write it down here. Things have changed recently.
My starting five is just off my head, if I can remember who's all back. Terence Shannon Jr., Coleman Hawkins, Dane Danger, Luke Goody, Ty Rogers, and Harmon. It's got to be it, right? It's got to be the starting five right now.
I'm going to get weird with it here.
Did I name 6 guys? I'm not really sure.
I think you did. I'm going to go Harmon, TSJ, Damask, Hawkins, Danger.
Please not Danger again. Hey, Hawkins
at the 5. Welcome back.
I mean, I could see that to start the season. I could see Danger not starting to start the season.
Who's the 6th man in this scenario? I guess it would be Rogers for me, then probably Goody 7, and then you're like, Jesus, who else do we? Gary 8, and then you have Sincere.
Illini starting 6, bold, yeah. Brad's gonna cheat the system. Don't worry about it.
If there's 11 guys that play, I think your odd man out is definitely Moretti if it's 11.
Yeah.
Are both of the other freshmen going to play? Like, I think DGL and Hansberry are going to play.
I think they'll get time, yeah. I don't think Moretti – unless he really bulks up in the offseason, I don't think Moretti has the body to play in the Big Ten yet. Is Dane a lock to start? I don't think so.
Not right now.
So you think Domask over Luke Goody?
I mean, I think he's better, so yeah.
McKenzie says Harmon, TSJ, Ty, Guerrier, and Coleman. Then Domask and Dane first off the bench. And then Goody, Scheiderwinder's right. Goody's transferring.
I mean, later. Is Goody a better player than Damask?
Goody's going to Purdue.
Great. I mean, he sucks.
Whoa! Clip it. I'm clipping that. Jeez Louise.
Is Goody better than Damask?
I don't know.
How do you not? I mean, he's clearly not.
I didn't watch a lot of SIU basketball last year.
Neither did I. But
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I think you're probably right. Goody's not going to start just because he's coming off the injury. He didn't get a lot of game time. So yes, okay, I'm wrong. I pull it back. Goody is going to be the 8th man.
If Danger starts, I think there's like 4 guys that would almost be locked in: Danger, Hawkins, TSJ, and Damask. So I think it would come down to Harmon or Rogers for the 5th spot. And I would think that a guy like Gary didn't come here thinking he was going to start. I hope he didn't think that, because that wasn't – even if Coleman didn't come back, that probably wasn't happening.
Right.
So it seems like they're going to have – they could have a real, hard-nosed defense off the bench with Rogers and Sincere and Goody and Guerrier, that group right there. If you want to play some defense, there you go. I'm just very worried that one of these freshmen is going to be the odd man out. It's going to suck.
It happens every year.
So. It's probably going to be DGL.
Yeah, that's your boy too.
Yeah, that's going to suck. Because, I mean, Hansberry needs to play. He's if you count all those other guys as guards, he's their fourth front court guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that, Zach is right. I mean, who cares? Let the best guys play. And I think Brad's going to do that. So I think it's really impossible to predict a starting 5 right now or a rotation. So until they get in the gym all together and they figure it out, I guess we'll figure it out. So,
well, I almost
good
don't
switch up that we've been talking about for
well,
20
whatever.
minutes.
I don't know if I don't even know if I know that they need an actual point guard, but I mean, you get a lot of players here. Can Gary go back in the portal, maybe, or something?
We're shipping them out. Already shipping them out.
Feels like a problem. I don't know, but I will say that this was the original graphic for tonight.
So is the graphic. This was our prediction. We talked about this while we were playing golf today. About 2:00 this afternoon. So this was what we were going to have up for you guys. And you know what? I'm happy that that's not the thing now. So
yeah, I took away the RayJ thing because I still don't know about that, but it felt like it was trending in that direction. So
I still don't think Illinois is getting RayJ.
Yeah, I think it's probably not going to happen either. But it kind of feels weird that people are still hanging on to the hope.
I guess I think it's weird is like what I thought was RayJ would come if TSJ and Hawkins didn't come back. And people are saying that he is going to come now because they are coming back.
Yeah, I think that the people are right about that. I don't think you were right about that.
Okay, I'm an idiot.
Well, it's just like, why?
It's in my name, so.
Guys like TSJ and Hawkins carry a lot of weight in the sport. And it's like, hey, if you can come play with them, why not?
Definitely need a point guard, Gibbs and Marietti. What the hell? Marietti. That's not even what it is, right? Two freshmen, same situation we were in last year. I don't blame you for spelling that wrong. Nobody really knows. So
those guys aren't going to be the 2 point guards, though. They're going to try to rely on non-point guards who are older.
That's the thing. I don't know if Brad's going to go get anybody else. Call the show Talking Hawkins. We invited him on. He said, "You guys are clowns." So Gibbs is a better player than Clark.
Probably. Sky Clark sucks.
He's definitely more explosive after Sky Clark.
He's definitely at least a little bit less of a whatever. I'm not even gonna. I mean, they're just kids.
They're just kids.
Yeah, I.
The older you get, the more you can say that. Yeah,
Sky Clark. I mean, that guy. Whatever. Yeah, I don't know about Nico Marietti. No doubt. I think Brad's probably still. I think Tim Anderson's really the point man on the RayJ Dennis thing. I think they're probably not done trying that. I definitely think a lineup of RayJ and Shannon and Damask and Hawkins Danger is probably the third best in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
Behind Michigan State and Purdue. So even now they're probably third or fourth, maybe fifth. So the Big Ten is probably actually going to be very good next year.
Yeah. So where do you think Illinois is now going into next year? Like if you had to say Illinois is going to finish at what number in the Big Ten, what would you be? Because I know on the last episode we were talking about like 11th. So how confident are you now that we have Terence Shannon and Coleman Hawkins back?
I'm trying to pull up the scholarship tracker thing so I can just get an idea of where all these teams are at right now in the Big Ten. Hold on. Hold, please. I'll post a link in the chat if anybody wants to check this out here. In the YouTube chat. I don't care about Facebook. Actually, I'll post it in both.
What about Twitter?
It doesn't let me do that. The Twitter thing is so stupid. Okay. So, Indiana, they'll be middle of the road probably. I don't know. I think Iowa's remain to be seen. There are multiple names on Iowa's roster that I've never heard of. So, do with that information what you would like. I think Maryland will be good. I mean, Michigan, they're in a tough spot, very tough spot. Michigan feels like they might be the team that finishes 11th. Michigan State's probably the favorite. Minnesota is going to be terrible. Nebraska is going to be probably better, but the conference got better, so I think they're still going to struggle. Coleman posted his video. I'm going to retweet that.
Show it to the folks. Can't we do that? Is that legal?
What do you think about Northwestern with no Audige and just
Boo Booey having to do everything by himself?
That's tough.
Yeeks.
Yeah, they might not be very good. Ohio State will be better for sure. They got Jamison Battle, Dale Bonner out of the portal, plus some of those younger guards like Bruce Thornton and Roddy Gale, and a couple others making returns. Penn State's going to be – I think Penn State's probably going to be a real scrappy, good defensive team, but I don't know how good they will actually be. Purdue will be one of the favorites with Edey coming back. Rutgers will be solid, as they always are. And I do think Wisconsin will be probably top 5. And I know you don't agree with that, but I think that's just what it is.
Yeah, if they stay healthy, right?
Yeah, because after they almost beat Kansas, and then Tyler Wall got hurt. And,
yeah,
they were pretty bad after that.
Went.
Yeah, and then Illinois, they scored like 6 points against Illinois that one game.
Yeah.
But they do have Wall, they have Klesmet, they have Essegian coming back, they have Storr, they have Hepburn, Crowell, Gus Yalden, the freshman's supposed to be big time. So, yeah.
So, do you think the Big Ten? Right, first off, so where do you put Illinois at?
Well, I'm getting around to it. Just
okay.
Go ahead and. Yeah.
Do you put 2 teams in the Big Ten in the top 5 right now in the nation? Purdue and Michigan State.
Another loaded question. Let me do something.
I think you have to, right? Purdue and Michigan State have to be in the top 5 right now.
Well, I had a ranking that I came out with, and when did I do that? May 7th. I had. Let's see. I think Illinois is probably into the top 25 at this point, or close. I had Purdue. Yeah. I have Michigan State 5 and Purdue 6. So, yes.
Coleman Hawkins got some nice sacks going in that.
I'm going to have to check it out.
Yeah.
I think right now you have Michigan State 1, Purdue 2. I'm going to have to work my way through the conference here. Let's really give this some thought here, folks. Okay, so I think it's easier to start from the bottom right now after the top 2. I think Minnesota's last, right? That's got to be the deal. Minnesota last. 13 is going to be a tough spot. I don't know who the hell is going to finish 13.
The fight for 13th, huh?
Let's see. I'm just going to mark in a couple things. I'm going to put Michigan 11th because I already said that. And, it's kind of funny. Let's see. Northwestern 12. I don't think they're going to be that good. I really don't. I think they're going to be mid, as the kids would say.
That's fair.
13's a tough spot. Do I put Penn State there? That feels kind of disrespectful, but it's pretty much VCU and Qudus Wahab, who has gone. Qudus Wahab has played. He played for Georgetown, then he went to Maryland, then he went back to Georgetown. Now he's at Penn State. So there you go. I'm going to put Penn State 13th. They suck. All right. Now we're down to 10. This is entertaining podcasting for everybody out there. Enjoy. I think Nebraska 10 is fair. I'm going to put Wisconsin 3rd, Illinois 4th. Just slight edge them. Put Indiana 5th. Put Maryland 6th. Okay. So the answer is that Illinois is 4th to me right now. And that's without a point guard.
Ewall says throw the PUSSY Wildcats at 13. Can you? It's late night, right? We can say that.
Who gives a fook? All right, so just off the top of my head, I would have the Big Ten right now. I could be missing something, but I would have Michigan State 1, Purdue 2, Wisconsin 3, Illinois 4, Indiana 5, Maryland 6, Ohio State 7, Rutgers 8, Iowa 9, Nebraska 10, Michigan 11, Northwestern 12, Penn State 13, Minnesota 14. And I think you probably see 8 or 9 teams in the tournament.
I think that's probably a given, right?
It's almost automatic. Unless somehow like the top 6 teams are really, really good and everybody else stinks, that's not going to happen. Though.
True. Shinewander says, you really think Wisconsin will be that much better next year?
I mean, if they're healthy, AJ Storr is a pretty big addition there.
I agree.
And Essegian is, I think Aunt Wright called him baby Tyler Hero, so watch out there.
They have the potential to be good.
It's really
Right.
It really comes down to how much of their potential will disappear because of Greg Gard, I guess.
Ouch.
But Marcus Damask checking in on Twitter, he said, I like how this is going. How are we feeling, Illini? And also Brad Underwood just posted a video.
Did
a 1-second video of Brad Underwood screaming is what was posted on his account.
Did you say to Damask, thanks for coming on our show?
Okay. Well, we're not going to go there. His post on Brad Underwood should just do the screaming live, and like right now where he's at, just post 1 second of him screaming,
pouring water all over himself.
If he really cared, he would do that. That awesome. Would create headlines.
But again, somebody would have to take that and post it for him because he doesn't do social media.
Right.
It's just some guy in a closet.
So yeah, I think the roster's. I think I'm like 75% sure that it's set. I guess, right? I mean,
what do you mean? Illinois has to get a point guard.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
Is it crazy? Like Harmon came, like those episodes, and I was just I've been pissed off, right? And now Coleman and Terence Shannon come back, and I really don't even care about a point guard anymore. So, but yeah, those guys were not exciting to me because I knew how bad Illinois needed a point guard. I guess I don't care now. I don't think Illinois needs one super bad now. I don't want Terence Shannon running the point unless he, figures out his right hand. Stops crossing over in front of guys and getting the ball knocked away. I think that teams might pressure Illinois more just because if they don't have a point guard, it's going to be the biggest problem. Because you saw when Arkansas did that, how bad Illinois could be. So, I don't know. It's a good day. It's a good day. I hope you guys are all having your drinks and celebrating. Mango carts on deck for me. So I need another one if you want to talk some more, or if you want to call it. Oh, I can't hear you. What'd you say?
I was watching the Coleman video real quick.
Why can't we show it on here? Do you think it's going to get flagged by YouTube?
I don't know. Probably. There's music in here,
You want me to message Coleman and see if we can play it?
No.
Okay.
It's not up to him whether it's good or not. Anyway. All right. People's talking the chat a little bit here. I'm losing it here. NBA draft. Now we don't have to care about it from an Illini perspective, unless you care about Brandon Pajimski, who. Where do you guys think Pajimski's going to go in the draft? Probably pretty high. I changed this into a Pajimski conversation.
Oh, yeah. How do you guys feel about Pajimski going to be drafted higher than Ayo DeSumo? How do you guys feel about that?
Significantly higher.
Like first round higher.
Like maybe number 12 higher.
Insane.
This is a post-combine mock draft I'm looking at here. Let's see where they have him going. Wow, they got him way down there. Jesus, can't even find him.
Good. I mean, not good. I'm a Pajimski fan. Sorry.
I think I passed him. Where the hell is he at?
Uh-oh. Is he coming back?
Where the do these people forget him? 42nd. What the hell?
42nd?
This is why the draft is so in every sport. It's so
Rip
dumb.
Pajimski. That's sad.
I asked the chat to say something and they haven't said anything. Say something.
Nobody cares. Goody will transfer to Santa Clara and be a lottery pick next
I
year.
could see it. I could see it. Is Pajimski losing some buzz here?
Buzzsaw.
What the hell's going on? NBA draft room has him going 38th.
Zach says, I think we are a top team for RayJ. Hard to pass up playing with those superstars we got back.
That's the only thing that might save them there, but I don't think it's going to happen.
I mean, when do we start having the conversation that Brad sucks at getting point guards? Can we have that conversation?
Never.
Okay.
They've gotten point guards.
Who agrees with me? Who agrees with me right now?
It either hasn't worked out or
can't keep a point guard. Is it his offense that drives point guards away?
I think it's your offense.
No, because Brad's offense doesn't keep the ball in somebody's hands unless Matthew Meyer's on the team for more than like 5 seconds. At least it's not supposed to.
I'm watching the Coleman video.
Oh, we should have started at the same time.
How long do you think he has this video?
You're starting it over?
Okay. This is
Ready?
Pointless, yeah.
3, 2, 1, go. Everybody watch it with us.
It's too late now.
It's really loud.
Not that loud on my end. Technical. Is he going to show some 3-pointers?
Is his mom at Illinois? I love this song. He's here to stay. He's never leaving. I hope he says something. That was the best thing about. I feel like I'm screaming right now. Am I screaming? That was the best. That was the best thing about Io's comeback video is that he said like, "I'm back" or whatever, and like I just remember like we were in like a crowded room. I'm just holding it up to my ear, and like he said it, and I'm like, "What'd he say?" And I rewind. I'm like, "Oh, wow!" You know, I started going crazy.
Yeah,
I think everybody did that, right?
Yeah, I think I forgot what I was going to say.
Point guards. What are your thoughts on Coleman Hawkins? Because it's been a while since we've had a show. So Coleman, went through the combine, did all his stuff, and he said that he didn't want to come back just to have another okay season. What are your thoughts on that?
No thoughts.
No thoughts on that? I mean, do you think that was a shot at the team? Do you think that was Coleman saying that he didn't play to his potential? I mean,
I think it's him saying both, but I think the team thing is more about Matthew Meyer sucks is the team thing.
Okay. All right.
I think they mostly believe that probably, but maybe I'm wrong. Whatever. I also feel like Meyer didn't really mesh well with anybody other than Shannon on the team. That's just maybe a feeling thing for me, just because it feels like Meyer is kind of.
Do you think this team's better because Matthew Meyer won't be here to blow it up?
Probably. I like Meyer, but things went down, right?
Yeah, he went crazy. He went.
Yeah.
He's a little different.
Yeah, he's a different cat, no doubt. When we were watching the Hawkins video, I think that's probably the worst podcast listening experience for anybody ever. But I just forgot I wanted to say that.
We were talking about it. At least we said stuff. It wasn't just quiet.
It's pretty quiet.
We should have had. If you're listening post live show, go back and watch it with us. Go to the 3, 2, 1. Watch it with us. You'll understand what we're saying. So
sure, yeah, no doubt. Illinois is officially up. They went from 51 to 27 on Bart Torvik's rankings.
So Terence Shannon jumped him 20 spots, and Coleman Hawkins jumped them 4.
Yeah. 27. How much does this team suck? 27.
RJ not shooting threes will make this team better.
That's a big part of them sucking.
That's true.
I mean, that guy sucks. No, I'm just kidding. I wish him well. Do you wish RJ well?
I do. I hope he does well. I always liked RJ. I was an RJ supporter.
I prefer he doesn't.
I'm sure that you cannot find anything I've said negative for RJ. So
I'd prefer he doesn't do well, but that's just me. I'm just kidding.
What about Sky Clark? You love Sky Clark.
Yeah, I wish Sky well. Wow. Bart Torvik has the Big Ten in order this way of the ranking: Purdue, Michigan State, Illinois, Indiana, Wisconsin, Northwestern. Okay.
They got a lot of confidence in Boo Booey, huh?
Well, I mean, they do have a couple of their players that, like Ty Berry's a good player. Brooks Barnheiser is useful in some ways. They still got that Nicholson. Blake Preston from Liberty is a good player. They'll be okay. I just don't think that they'll be anywhere near where they were last year. Like, I don't. Okay, Maryland, Ohio State, Iowa, Nebraska, Rutgers, Michigan, Minnesota, Penn State. So they have Penn State last. And also, overall, the Big Ten has 5 teams in the top 30. Purdue is number 1 in the country, which, okay. Michigan State 7th, Illinois 27th, Indiana 28th, Wisconsin 30th. And they expect Illinois to be a better defensive team than offensive team. 38 offense, 24 defense projected. Projected 20-11, 11-9 in the Big Ten. Would you sign up for 20-11 and 11-9 in the Big Ten?
I would sign up for 20-win seasons for the rest of my life.
They also are the second most experienced team in the Big Ten behind only Nebraska.
And if any idiots want to say that Brad Underwood should be fired for 20-win seasons, at me.
No doubt, no doubt. Projected effective experience is where Illinois is second behind Nebraska. So, and they're also third in transfer points, whatever that means, in the Big Ten. Returning minutes, Illinois is 4th in the Big Ten, 61%. Returning possession minutes, Illinois is 6th in the Big Ten. Projected effective talent, Illinois is 7th. Michigan is tops in that, which means they have a lot of young talent, but they're not going to be any good because they're young, and their coach might not even be alive. We don't know. Someone needs to do a wellness check on Juwan Howard.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
No doubt, no doubt.
No doubt, no doubt. Is that where we're getting to?
Yeah, let's toss it over to the comments here. If anybody wants to make any comments, maybe some predictions, some thoughts on what's next, maybe what happens with RayJ. Does RayJ Dennis commit by the end of this week?
Yes.
Where does he commit?
Baylor.
Give me a break. What a joke.
I am all in on the Baylor train. I don't think Illinois ever had a chance. Is where I stand on this.
Oh my God, what an insane thing to say.
I think it was a bunch of Illinois fans on Twitter that got everybody riled up, and they were wrong. You're all wrong, Twitter. If you're listening on Twitter, you were wrong. So again, I don't have any clue. So I think that Illinois goes after somebody cheaper than RayJ Dennis, to be honest with you. They got to be running short on cash, would be my guess.
People still seem to think that RayJ Dennis is coming to Illinois. Like Adam Zagoria, who's an NBA draft guy, said that after withdrawing from the NBA draft, Toledo transfer RayJ Dennis is expected to make his transfer decision the next couple of days. Per league source, that was after Coleman's decision.
Okay.
Just saying. And the first quote tweet I see is a picture of Tim Anderson.
He's still in there doing things. Illinois have the best day today. And I see people
Them or
tweeting out
Purdue.
that
Them or Purdue.
you think Edie's a better comeback guy than two guys?
No, but just the shock of Coleman coming back, I guess, really jolts the Illini fan base, right?
That's true. Zach says Illinois wins the Big Ten. Bold prediction on May 31st. Scheidwinder says, is it RayJ or no one? Who else is out there? I know that this Kirk Dentz, is that his name? And he's been popping up all over Twitter lately. I don't know if he just opened an account or what. But he's been throwing some names out there like Poland. I don't even know who that is. Do you know who that is?
Yeah, that's Zion Poland. He's from UC Riverside. Averaged like 23 a game last year. But he's cut his list down, so I don't know if he would change that. Pissed Off Chief on Twitter, who follows us, said enough with this kid when Goodman put out the report about Coleman debating a late increased NIL offer. Enough with this kid.
Yeah, there's idiots everywhere.
And I said enough with you, so.
Ewa says RayJ will be here. Believe it, man.
Maybe. I mean, hey.
What are your guys' percentage on RayJ coming to Illinois? Because mine is now at 17.
I'm gonna go 40%.
That's a lot less than 50.
I don't know who to believe. I feel like I should believe the actual insiders instead of the people on Twitter. That's kind of how the Coleman TSJ. I mean, the TSJ thing. I don't know.
But do you think that the only insider is the Baylor guy? So that doesn't mean anything.
I mean, I broke the Coleman story to you before it happened, just so we're,
You almost broke it before John Rothstein.
I broke it before John Rothstein, actually, because I texted you. I think Coleman's coming back like an hour before.
That's true. You did do that. But Coleman didn't text you, and you didn't ruin his comeback video. So would actually, Baylor even be a better fit? Baylor's really good at turning guards into NBA players. So yeah. That's my biggest worry is you've seen what Illinois has done with point guards. You've seen what Baylor's done with point guards. So Zach says 70-30 Illinois. Ewa says, how would you compare our squad versus Purdue?
They're better.
Okay.
I don't know.
Pick up anybody in the portal?
Yeah, they got the dude from the thing.
The one that plays basketball?
Yeah, what's his name?
Has the hair?
Let's see. They got Lance Jones from Southern Illinois. He's like a defensive stopper.
Okay.
They didn't do anything other than that. Got some redshirt guys. But, I mean, they're returning like everybody. Gillis, Morton, Edie, First, Kaufman, Wren, Smith, Lawyer.
Right. Yeah. I mean, they have to be, yeah.
They'll be better than Illinois, probably.
They might make it out of the first round.
Not if they play Iona this time.
Shoot.
It was actually 2 minutes before Coleman came back that I said that. I was just saying it to say it.
You did.
What? I saw a little something about it.
You were wishing it into existence or whatever they say.
Well, I was told by a reliable source, because I'm, I totally post like that on there all the time. Oh, reliable source told me. Yeah, I don't do that.
Yeah, you said that. It's crazy. You said that, and then I tweeted back, do you think he's announcing it on that other podcast that pays you, that makes you pay to listen to him or whatever? And then like 2 minutes later, he announced, which was kind of crazy.
Well, Rothstein announced.
Well, Rothstein did him dirty, so
it's just that's just reporting. What do you want him to do? He got the scoop.
I know. The mistake was that he texted Rothstein to tell him. If he would have texted us, we wouldn't have said a word.
Yeah, exactly. Trying to find this here video. Okay. Damn it, I had something to say. Oh, yeah, I also broke the Sheboy story, so wide open. Broke it wide open.
What's the next deadline coming up? There isn't one.
Tiger Campbell, point guard?
Tiger Campbell withdrawing from the draft?
Is he even in the draft? I guess I don't understand what he's doing.
Going to Europe, probably.
Yeah, he has been working out. Maybe he's withdrawn. Do you think he's going to stay?
Could you imagine he withdraws at 10:59 and then at 11 o'clock he announces he's coming to Illinois?
Maybe we should wait 25 minutes for Tiger Campbell.
There's no shot. We've lost like 42 viewers by now, so there's no reason to keep this going.
Any more final thoughts from the chat? I'll give him one more chance.
Ethan's going to get this to an hour, guys. So throw out your thoughts and your.
I think I can get there.
So, no doubt we're getting to an hour. I'm just kind of scrolling through Twitter. Oh, you guys want to hear what Brad Underwood said about Terence Shannon Jr.? Because I did screenshot that. If you guys care, if you don't care, too bad you're listening to it. Because you know that I'm the Brad Underwood quote guy. Here we go. Terence did everything possible to educate himself through the process. He worked tirelessly to perform at his best and gain all the valuable feedback to make the best decision of his future. We are, of course, beyond excited he has chosen one more year of college and will return to our program. Terence became a primary offensive option in everything we do, resulting in 17-plus points per night in a first-team all-league season. Because of his work ethic, he now has all-America potential with the ability to take his game to an even higher level next year.
Were you from Boston saying option?
I don't know.
I just watched The Departed earlier this week.
That's the Mango Cards talking.
Great movie.
Oh, we
The
already
Departed.
did that. So the remaining guys have up until the season to commit somewhere. I don't know if there's a deadline to actually commit somewhere, but
yeah,
I don't know how that works. See, this is why we don't like. This is why we don't do like the whole recruiting. Like once a guy says they're coming, we'll talk about him. Usually, RayJ's been a little bit different,
dragging it out
just because it's been like, well, there's actually been nothing to talk about. So RayJ's been different just because Illinois needs a point guard, but like we usually don't talk about high school recruits, things like that. By the way, Merez Johnson going to Thornton next year, which is where Ty Rogers went. So whatever that means, leaving one Catholic school or private school to go to another or something, right?
Yeah, I have a feeling Merez Johnson is going to be like a top 20 player when he comes to Illinois.
Do you think Merez Johnson comes to Illinois?
Yes. I mean, come on. There's no way he doesn't. Are you kidding me? Come on. Unless Brad Underwood's not here anymore, I guess. But I got a couple things here that I just thought of because, we got a minute and a half at least. A lot of these guys have a lot of options. Anyway, Justin Hammond, he replied to the Illini Instagram post about Shannon. He also responded to himself. It's like a dancing thing with the eyes closed. And
he's doing the disco. He's excited.
And Hunter Dickinson replied.
Really?
Right there.
I can't read that. It's so blurry.
I'm trying to. I can see. Yeah, I know.
Can you just read it? This is what I hate it when you
try to prove it.
Which one is it? Oh, you had it, and then you.
I know, I did.
Back a little bit, just a little bit. Now forward. Let's go. I see it. Yes, sir. Hunter Dickinson, fire. There, you got it. Woo!
Sure, Frazier.
Almost killed it. Yes, sir. Let's go. Okay. Did he say let's gook? Is that what that says?
No. Oh, yeah, it is. Woo!
All right. Put a little K on there. I was going to say something.
If Dickinson wants to get back in the portal, he's got more options.
I'm glad that I did that so you can break out the accent.
Illinois and watch The Departed with Terence Shannon and maybe Goodwill Hunting and The Departed. from Boston. I should just drop an F-bomb and just do it. I mean, what am I doing? If you're going to talk like you're from Boston, you got to fucking say the fucking word.
It's late night. We're late night.
Well,
so.
people might be listening to this tomorrow morning being like, Jesus, I might not want to watch this or listen to these guys anymore.
I don't know what McGee fan 51 says. Looking forward to playing Illinois this year. Betting their record is better this year than last. Who are you a fan of?
Or he's a player. Maybe this is Hunter Dickinson.
Oh, looking forward to playing Indiana.
Got it.
Okay, gotcha. Gotcha.
I was gonna say.
Sincere said, "How y'all feeling right now, Illinois fans? Because I'm feeling excited right now."
Does Justin Harmon know that Shannon's gonna take his role?
I don't think so.
Well, I guess it was always Shannon's role, but
yeah.
But Harmon was going to replace Shannon.
I don't think. See, that's the thing. It's like I don't think Harmon is going to be upset to play secondary minutes at a Big Ten school rather than Utah Valley.
Yeah.
So.
And you could probably say the same thing about Damask.
Holy hairline! All right.
Stop wearing a hat.
Well, that's why I wore the hat. Is because my hair was all messed up from golfing and everything else earlier. By the way, if you guys find Ethan's swing out there somewhere, can you give it back to him? Because the game's bad.
It wasn't that bad today. It was actually fine.
It was good until the last hole. So.
Yeah, well, that was a whole big thing. I didn't expect to do what I did.
We talked about doing a Illini golf podcast, but that's gone and over with. So
that was tough. Yeah. Congrats to Florida on that.
I'm 41, so I'm ready to return to when the rivalry was good. Knight versus Henson. I agree.
There really haven't been very many moments in between Illinois and Indiana in the last 30 years. I mean, obviously the Griffey play, but
what Gordon?
Yeah, Eric Gordon. Yeah,
going there. It's kind of a big thing, but all right. Hitting my mic. Time to
also,
close it down.
You had
closing time.
If Illinois, the Illinois at Indiana game last year was a really good game. You had the Hawkins dunking on TJJ. You had RJ missing the three.
RJ.
Yeah, sorry, whatever. It should have been Meyer shooting it, but that's neither here nor there. But I think everything that has happened in the last 2 months is a reflection on the fact that say what you want about Brad Underwood. There was that little bitch, loser, fuckface clown that pretty much wanted Brad fired because he yelled at them in the Northwestern game. That idiot, if you remember him, thinks he's a Rhodes Scholar. He's a fucking moron.
All right.
He ain't no Will from Goodwill Hunting.
It's getting watch party territory.
Let me just yeah, I'll put the explicit tag on the podcast. Let me just go here. Terence Shannon got shit on by Brad Underwood after that Penn State game last year.
Yeah.
What do you think of Terrence's leadership?
Yeah.
That's what happened. Terence Shannon got yelled at many times by Brad Underwood.
Coleman Hawkins has been torn apart years
by Brad Underwood.
Yes.
Yet here we are, and these guys are returning and want to play for Brad Underwood.
And you know what? And you look at like Sincere and Ty and Luke Goody, those guys seem like Brad Underwood, Illinois guys. And Illinois is going to lose a lot after next year. So keeping that core is going to be big.
Yeah, I think
Brad Underwood for president, 2024.
Amani Hansberry is going to be a big part of that. If he
Yeah.
ends up being as good as I think he can be, and he comes back and you have kind of a
super ridiculous.
You know, you have a front court of Merez Johnson and Amani Hansberry. It would be very young, but it could be very good. I don't know where Merez Johnson's going to slot in, because if Dane Danger is actually good this year and comes back for a third year, which is so weird to me that we talk about, I'm not sure this guy would come back for a third year. When it's a player like Dane Danger in old college basketball, you'd be like, that guy's going to be here all 4 years for sure. It's just a completely different world. And, yeah, I guess the chat's over. I mean, the Willie McGee fan 51 was really we're really hanging on there.
That's what that says?
Yeah. You can't read. Jesus.
They
Trying
need
to think.
they need spaces on YouTube. Oh wait, they have them.
Relax. Is there going to be any? Is there going to be any last minute news here? I guess not.
There's no what last minute news would there
Not
be?
for Illinois per se.
Oh.
Maybe somewhere in the Big Ten. I guess the last 4 things that Rothstein posted are somewhat relevant here. Audige staying, Hawkins. Audige staying in the draft. Hawkins returning to Illinois. Yuri Collins staying in the draft. Edey returning to Purdue. Is Drew Timme coming back?
Can he?
Yeah, why the hell not? He played 3 years.
I thought he's played like 7. So
No, you're just buying into the BS there, huh?
All right, let's close this now. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Timmy's played 4 years, but whatever.
Thank you.
Let's just final thing here. Did you see the dude from Memphis who's 27 years old that wants to come back for another year? DeAndre Williams trying to get a waiver.
Well, that kid that just transferred to Howard, he's played 8 years. From Ohio State. Yeah.
Well, he was hurt for like 3 years.
Right.
He's 25. This DeAndre Williams from Memphis is 27.
That's
27-year-old playing. Woo, that's good. That is good.
Hopefully that's Coleman Hawkins in 5 years.
It's going to be like 2 more COVIDs.
Could we handle Coleman Hawkins for another 5 years?
If I was smart at all, I would have said 2 more pandemics, but I didn't. I said 2 more COVIDs. Whatever. Yeah, we're really running out of steam here. Yeah, I want to try to make it listenable for the people that are going to listen to this, which I can't believe anybody actually would. But if you want to, go ahead.
Everybody's going to listen to this. They love us.
Hopefully.
Thanks for ignoring that. Thank you.
Yeah, whatever. Hopefully, RayJ Dennis commits, and we'll do another podcast episode.
Yeah, we might have a show tomorrow.
If that doesn't happen, we'll see you in November. No, I'm just kidding. I'm trying to
We're going to continue to harass Illinois basketball players and try to get them on the podcast, but they don't answer us, so they go do other people's podcasts. So
I think we'll come back in June maybe once and do like a mailbag or figure out some of the schedule stuff because Illinois has had some schedule stuff that has come out, right?
Yeah,
they got
Gavitt Games,
Marquette, and they got that's a tough draw there. Marquette's going to be.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about that. That's brutal.
Marquette's
Probably the second best team right now in the Big East.
Yeah.
UConn and then Marquette. So
and also remember Illinois is playing Tennessee this year as well.
Yeah. So do you think Illinois is going to play in a multi-team event?
Doesn't feel that way.
At
this point because most of that stuff's probably been announced, right?
Yeah.
Damn. Next time Illinois goes to Maui, we're going. Do you have $1 million for that? Because that's how much it would cost to be there for like 2 days.
I was going to say we're going to have to get some sponsors. The $10 watch party sponsors are not going to pay for that. So. If you got a business out there and you want to be a part of this fantastic podcast, hit us up in the emails. I don't know what our email is, but hit us up.
Illini Basketball Podcast at gmail.com is an option.
There you go.
We still got a few other things to do this summer in terms of like maybe getting a new logo, a couple other things we got to figure out. So maybe some changes coming to the podcast for next season, but no real change. I have done some thinking about the live format, but we'll take that off air at some point and discuss that. But
you don't want to be live anymore?
Well, I just think that the listening part of it is a big part of it, and I feel like podcasts like this are probably going to be hard to listen to. But if anybody wants to give feedback, if you're listening to this, tweet us at Podcast Illini, maybe get some feedback for how terrible.
Tell us how bad we are. That's fine. We got thick skin.
Yeah, unlike some other people that pretend they do. Okay, that'll do it for us. We'll be back episode 164 sometime in June, maybe even sooner, early June. But we'll see you next time.